Hello, hi, hello. Hi, Pulpo. What's up, Pulpo? Ah, it's been a bit since last time I streamed. I think last time I streamed was Thursday? Thursday or Wednesday. I'm not sure which, but it was a week ago, around that time. So, don't really remember much of what happened in Umineko. I did think more about what happened in episode 2. It's still on my mind, right? It has not left my mind. When they said difficulty extreme, they were not lying. That shit has me on the ropes. Here we go. Let's turn down the sound of Seija. One of the best songs of 2, by the way. Genuinely impressive. My favorite one is definitely Chimada's. But I don't think it fits as a starting stream song, like, at all. So. Okay, it's starting. Okay, my setup is completely fucked up. What happened? Okay, we're good. Never mind, we're good. Alright, now I just need to make sure that paint is open. Alright. So I want to share really quick. I want to share because I figured out a few things about Umineko episode 2, right? And I just want to share that really quick before we start. Actually, suffers since common core progression. Enter this palindrome. Yeah, with when there's a character that's able to like flip things around. It's really great. It's genuinely great. He's really good at comparing character personalities. But, alright, here's what I figured out, right? They mentioned that Beatrice makes mistakes. That unlike Lambda Delta, Beatrice makes mistake to make it harder to like find out patterns. I'm very tired every day. What's up? You should love yourself now. Yeah, without love it cannot be seen. You know, if I don't love myself, I will never manage to find shit. But essentially, right? I'm gonna add on to it. So it starts with. Let me start, right? First murder, first Twilight, 1. 6 dead. Locked. Wait, let me make it. Let me make it like this. If I do it in red, locked from. I'll just write it with this, otherwise it's incomprehensible. Locked from outside. Right, that's this one. The first one. Then the same for Karen and Jessica, right? They're all locked from outside, all of them. Nanjo and Kumasawa, that's the third. All of them. And then, somehow, we have Goda. Shannon, and George locked from inside. Right? And then the last one goes back to being locked from inside. It's the letter. The last one is the letter. Locked from outside. So everything there is locked from outside except a single one. I'm showing Rev tries to find games, mini games questionnaire. Rev? You mean Rev Scarecrow? I love Rev Scarecrow. He's really good. He's the reason why I started streaming in the first place. I love Rev. Anyways, nonetheless. I think this means something, right? when you have a pattern of 5 things happening and there's one that deviates, right? A single one, it means something, especially considering like the point that Lambda Delta made is that Beatrice makes mistakes, right? She made a point of telling Telegas this. Beatrice makes mistakes on purpose. And the one difference between both cases is that there, Goda was locking the door from inside. Right? In this case, in both ways, Goda locked the door from inside, both with key and his body. Right? That's the one difference between everything else. Every other corpse was away from the door, except this one time where Goda even, managed to fuck up the killer's plan to repeat his trick again and again. Which I think gives us a vital clue here, right? Which is, oh the hell is it possible? Like, there's a trick that's being used that is blocked if the door is locked from the inside in the first place, right? Because in every other case, it was always unlocked at the start. This time, it was locked from the start, which makes me think that the killer is able to kill from inside the room without being inside the room, right? So here's my first guess, and I'll think about this further later on. Here's my first guess. Let's go back, there's a point where I pointed it out, right? Genji hid a knife in his sleeve with practice motion. He nailed a butterfly to the wall with like a masterful throw. And I thought that was a red herring, right? But imagine this. In the roof, in the ceiling of the room, there is a mounted gun, mounted stake launcher, right? Which is connected to a camera, which is a technology that exists back in the 80s. Cameras exist back then, right? And it transmits a feed from which Genji can shoot with the turret while outside the room, despite the turret being inside the room. And he shoots with the turret, kills them from inside, right? Which would explain, oh, Jessica turned her back to the kill, right? In fact, it makes sense that Jessica had her back turned, because otherwise she would have seen the gun. Shoots her from the back, shoots everyone from the back. I have no idea how Nanjo and Kumasawa factor in. I do not understand how they got their necks sliced. That one I have not figured out yet. But still, if there's a turret inside, this fits every condition we've seen so far. Right? And it would explain why the second that Goda locks the door from inside and blocks it with his body by dying, then the murderer is not able to do his crazy setup of like getting the bodies out or doing weird things and locking from inside, from outside, etc. Right? He's not able to do this because he's not able to enter the room, which also makes me think that the murderer needs the key to the room itself to be inside the room, right? Because like, in every case, because always, in every single one of those rooms, the key to the door itself was inside the room. This mention jacked up with fingermabobs. Like, I would agree that it would be unlikely if we're talking about like Rosa killing people, if we're talking about, I don't know, George being the murderer, right? It would not have been able to set up all that shit. But Genji is a master at throwing and killing, like this has been established. He's able to aim with pinpoint accuracy. Even from a camera feed that might be a bit delayed, you can expect the guy to hit his target. He could have practiced, he could have set it up. Hell, he could have probably asked Kinzo for all that we're aware, right? Just told Kinzo, oh, I'm gonna handle it. He's always been left alone. And I thought that would be a red herring, but The more I think about it, the more I think it's likely that Genji is the murderer. Then locks the window from the inside. As I said, he was not able to enter the room. That's the entire reason why this case, like, why the fourth room is so different from every other room. Which is that George, Shannon, and Goda locked everything from inside before the kills happened. Right? And every other, there was all this bullshit about being locked from outside and Beatrice being like acting smart about it. Not this one. Not this one. Again, if this was not for Goda, if Goda didn't lock the door with his body and get killed against the door, or even knock the door from inside, I think that none of this, like this, would not have given me a clue. I would not have figured out that there was a turret from inside, because I would have thought this was unlikely. But if you think about it like this, the one reason why he was not able to enter, yet kill, would be that the killing method is already inside, and already set up inside. Right? And this would be a gun. It's set up in the ceiling or something. Like behind the mirror. I don't fucking know. They didn't check the room further. It would be packed with thingamabobs, but we're talking about a guy who's lived in a mansion for the past 30 years. He had the time to set all that shit up. He had the time. He could have set it up in every single room. As far as we're concerned, the guy had the master key to every room. He could have set it up without a single issue. He could have even set up one inside of Kinzo's room. He is the perfect prime suspect, which also makes me think it's likely that's a red herring, but right now, if I were to guess, Genji would be my first pick. And this is entirely thanks to Goda. That's it, that's my expose. That's my expose. Alright, let's move on. Let's go back to the fruit shop. Here we go. Let's hope the difficulty is equal there and that I can actually figure things out more this time around, because last time kicked my ass so bad. I wish there was something a bit easier. I am so invested in this. Like, I think it's kind of obvious that I am, but I am so invested in this story. It's crazy. Like, holy shit, I love this. Switch screens. Oh, thank you. Thank God I didn't start. But like, yeah, if you go back, right? No, I already went over this. There's nothing... What? Oh, right, and gives you the stakes. Yeah, fair enough. I wonder what's up with the glass breaking. Like, that's an effect, but I don't see how it relates to everything else. I'm noticing that the roses on the right side seem to be redder this time around. I remember them to be like brown red. Not pure red, like this. This looks more like blood here. Before it was more like a subtle brown, like here, right? The you showed me a Butler background. Anyways, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to the point. And let's see if something actually happens. The bright sunlight outside almost made her dizzy. Which point of view is this? Oh, right, Eva. No, yeah. A small plank for getting off the boat was lowered, and Goda was waiting there, smiling, and ready to lend them a hand. Thank you, Goda. Please, Eva-sama. Your hand. Thank you. Welcome to Rokkenjima. The sound of the game might be a bit too high. Here we go. Welcome back. I got an achievement. Island is a witch. Please make it back in one piece and or enjoy the stay. Let's see. When she left the boat, it seems to Eva as though she'd heard the voice of her young self. No, it had not seemed that way. Someone had told her, welcome back. After becoming a shameless adult, the voice of her young self was distant. What am I leaving for? What can I do to release myself from this obsession? Hideyoshi heard her talking to herself. When Hideyoshi held on tightly to Eva's shoulders, his firmness alone told her that there was no need to say any more. Maybe it was because the typhoon was getting closer. The lively cries of the seagulls, which usually greeted them when they arrived, couldn't be heard at all. A lot of seagulls in this game. Maybe the seagulls did it. What if? What if, man? What if every single time the seagulls did it? That would be fucking funny. That would really be funny. Oh, we're skipping a lot. Okay. Isn't 2 PM like the time where they start arguing in the parlor? From 50 feral dogs to 200 feral seagulls. My theory has evolved a lot over time, yeah. Oh yeah, that's when they were on the beach while the adults were arguing. What, you mean 6 years ago? I mean, I was still in elementary school back then, right? It's pretty unfair to expect me to remember everything, don't you think? True, especially because we were so young. We've grown a lot in these 6 years. If I hadn't been introduced, I don't even have remembered you. Rude. Really? I figured he was Butler right away. When he opened his mouth, I was sure. I just met him for the first time. Didn't know him 6 years ago. That's right. Maria was only 3 years old then. What? Okay, no, I'm... What? 6 year gap? Okay, I think I'm crazy, but... Give me a second. We're going back to episode 1. I want to check something. Oh, it was always 6 years. I thought it was 9 years. I don't know what's happening. My memory is fucked. I really thought it was 6 years. 9 years. I don't know why. Okay, well, never mind then. That's right. Maria was only 3 years old then. Well, the same goes for me. I only knew Maya when she was 3 years old, and she's grown so big. Of course I wouldn't recognize her. After lunch, we had all gone out to the beach to talk, and take it easy. Our parents were apparently having a suspicious, complicated discussion, so we ended up leaving them behind. Well, just as I'd guessed from the start, the conversation focused on me, since I'd been away for 6 years. That's the first thing I've thought of, Filippo. I thought of it instantly. Take it easy. But what's their names again? I completely forgot. I don't know how. Still, you've really gotten tall. I wouldn't call myself short, but you really surprised me. That's right. I remember well about that last time I was like 6 years ago, but I was surprised even so. Yeah, seriously. Can hardly believe this is the same Butler we knew back then. I'm surprised how much everyone remembers about it. Yeah, Yukari, that's right. Thank you. My memory is all hazy. Yeah, I'll bet. Looks like it's taking you a while to remember us. You know, that happens a bit. Come on, this was 6 years ago, right? I'm the one who has it bad, being forced to remember. Are you saying that you can't remember well because it was 6 years ago? I can remember it clearly, as if it happened yesterday. Wasn't she 9 back then? Did they make her work when she was 9 years old? Wait, what? No, 10 years old, never mind, she's 16. Has she been working on the mansion for like... since she was 10? There's no way, right? Now that I know she's 16, this... Okay, she's been working for 10 years. She's been working since she's 6? What? Oh, okay. So it's brainwashing to make them into furniture. I started at a young age. God damn. And I guess furniture is a code name for, like, you know, servant that is able to use magic to heal people. I'm guessing, like, the magic system works like, if you have no emotion, you're stronger. Right? That's my guess. That's why he makes them into furniture. Because the less emotions they have, the less human they are, the stronger they have. Who uses the furniture thing? Kinzo. And the witches, but like Kinzo wants to imitate them. As I said, I think it's like lack of emotion equals more power. We'll see, but like that's the magic system I'm imagining. The opposite of like, I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen will make them like, the more negative emotions you have, the stronger you are. You know, like, who calls themselves furniture? Shannon and Cannon? Why? Man, your memory is great after all. He remembers the kind of things Battler did and said back then pretty clearly, don't you? Come to think of it, that's right. Shannon's memory can be incredible when you'd least expect it. I'm horrible at remembering. And she also said that in episode 1, though. Said what in episode 1? I remember fun things, but can't remember boring things at all. Ooh! We all laughed, saying that everyone was like that. Shannon! By the way, what was Battler like 6 years ago? Remember any interesting episodes? Was that a whistle sound effect? Was that the sound effect, you know, when you like blow a whistle? Am I crazy? Okay, it is. What? Alright. Alright, I guess. Let's see. I'm sure that he said something like this when he left. Why did the music stop? I'll be back. See you again. I'll surely come for you riding a white horse. Geez, Shannon and Jessica Umineko. No fucking way. No way, dude. Stop. It's so embarrassing. Well, there's like something you'd say. Yeah, I remember you always used to be full of those stupid lines, Battler. I like that laughing sprite for Jessica. She looks very cute like that. You read this song like something Battler would have said back then. Ooh, embarrassing? Is that embarrassing? It's so sad. This conversation did not happen back then. I think they were focused on the riddle back then. They were not focused on themselves. Because like they fell upon the portrait, read the epitaph, and were just constantly talking about it. Yeah, horribly embarrassing. Maya, I'm sure that when you're in middle school, you'll want to say embarrassing stuff like that. When that happens, make sure you write it down and read it 3 times before saying it out loud. If you don't, you'll definitely regret it. Still, everyone has to pass through that pitiful period. That's right, that's how you learn your planks, learn shame, and become an adult. Yeah, it's one of the bittersweet things everyone does in adolescence, as they transition to become adults. But memory you just want to forget. And everyone else looks at him like, no. None of us did this. You're the only one who's cringe. Dumbass Battler. After all, this was all stuff I let slip out without thinking, so I didn't remember the words exactly. But none of those words were being recited to me, were as embarrassing as all hell. I only recently came to understand this weakness, was working hard to avoid such careless outbursts, but I guess I was just born with the habit of speaking without thinking. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, that ability has saved you, so I think it's a good one. Shannon, do you remember any other embarrassing stuff? Yes, well, I remember a few other things, but since it looks like the person in question wants to forget them, I think I'll refrain from saying anymore. To be brutally honest, I don't remember this at all. Please don't make me remember. Ooh, Shannon's bullying Butler? Ooh, you can't! You shouldn't bully people! He isn't really bullying him. Let's leave it at that, okay? But Shannon, you have to tell me all about it sometime Butler isn't around. Sounds pretty interesting. Yes, certainly. Stop hitting on the 16-year-old, George, please. Please. No, you can't, Shannon. For a while, George laughed at me. It was still warming up for me when Shannon would tell him about more of my embarrassing misspeaks. I'm guessing the second Twilight will be George and Shannon. That's my guess. George looked like he was flirting with Shannon, but he seemed somewhat open and frank about it. He was always that way with his cousins, but he usually took on a reserved, gentlemanly attitude when he came in contact with the servants. When I thought about it, I got the feeling he was being a bit overly friendly, which seemed strange. Maya started scribbling in the sand with a stick, and George and Shannon joined in. This led me and Jessica off to the side, so I asked her secretively. Hey, Jessica, is George, going out with Shannon? Oh? What'd you guess? Yeah, Butler, you got a keener eye for people than I thought. What? I was just kidding, but we're actually going out? Your voice is too loud. It looks like they're keeping it secret for now, okay? It'd be better if nobody found out about it, especially on Eva. I see. Love with a servant, huh? Yeah, but since when? Well, I guess a lot could happen in 6 years. But yeah, Anik is an amazing person, and Shannon seems to be kind and brave. It might make a pretty good match. Actually, 6 years ago, I remember taking notice of her just a little bit. I see, she really fits well with George. Nothing I can do about that. Goodbye, my fleeting first love of 6 years ago. Which means that the collection of embarrassing lies Shannon had just held back on probably had something to do with that. I can't take it. Was he in love with Shannon when he was a kid? Okay, well that's fair. She was 10, he was 12. That's more fair. How long have I been going out? That depends on what you call going out, but I think it's been at least a year. But if you count the time they both had one-sided feelings, it'd probably be several years. But I realized it. The two of them had separated themselves from the group and were walking down the beach, talking about something. I gotta say, Jessica really rose in my ranking. This is completely like a different subject. But I really think Jessica is super fucking cool. Like, this GIF really represents me. I identify with Jeremiah in this shift. This is me. Let's make it clear. That's it. That's the digression I wanted to make. They looked calm, and rather than a light relationship between two lovers, they looked like a more serious one, as though they were already engaged. 6 years ago, huh? That's a long time. What did those 6 years mean to me? I've just gotten taller. It was just a waste of time. 6 years I spent obstinately fighting with my dad. What about you, Butler? You got a girlfriend? I wonder. The few girls that I have fun with. But there's no only one. The Rizzler. Listen, I guess I'm just a kid. I think it's more fun to be noisy with a large group of people than being alone with one person. Oh, he's extroverted. Right, MBTI. I bet you online there are people who give like MBTI a character thing to every single Umineko character. I wonder what it would be, what Butler would be. Maybe ENTJ? That's my guess. That's you, Butler. If you Google Umineko Butler MBTI, you will instantly find it. But take your relationship with your female friends seriously. When girls get wrong impressions of form a group, it can be scary, you know? They might be having secret feuds over you behind your back, with people getting hurt or crying. So weird. I think I remember getting the same bit of advice from one of the girls in my class just last week. What's this all about? Why can't everyone just have fun together? Do people really want to couple up that much? It's probably because you've never found a partner like that, Butler. Well, you might run into someone sooner or later. You've just gotta wait patiently. What? Almost sounds like you've already found a partner like that. What about you? Have you got a boyfriend? Me? No, whoa. Come on, that reaction's so easy to understand. Look at her, she's so cute. From the looks of it, there's somebody you're thinking about, but you haven't been able to confess to him yet. Something like that. No, it's not, Okay, I have a question, because like every time the canon events change slightly, right? In this timeline, number 1, did Shannon break the mirror? Number 2, did Jessica confess to canon and get rejected? Those are my 2 questions that I want to know, and we'll see like which one it is. Who knows? Maybe it will be brought up. Because last time, the Halloween thing did not happen at all. Maria never brought up Halloween. At all. So like, there are major differences between loops. Shut up! Who cares about that? If you're the one who brought up this subject, why are you yelling at me? Yelling at me now? Women are creatures who always ask questions, and yet almost never answer them. It's a bit sexist. What cruel creatures, seriously. Well, I did try to confess once. Okay, so it did happen. Well, I struck out pretty badly. Did you get an I'm sorry? No, well, my feelings were seriously one-sided, but I didn't really know to respond, I guess. So, okay. So the mirror thing probably happened too. Well, it's like they didn't view me that way at all. Well, I can understand that. You talk like a man after all. If you don't act a bit more graceful, you won't be able to catch a boy's interest. She's literally Marisa. She's literally Marisa. Is it really? It's the way I speak. Really, that bad? That struck a nerve. Goddamn Butler. Well, are you talking and everything? When people like you, we usually have a rough style of speech. Suddenly start working out to talk more normally. Well, there are guys out there who's up will skip a beat. Unless you're determined you are. Is that really true? I see. Yeah. Jessica suddenly started talking more meekly, and then her face instantly went slightly red. That's a nice save. That's a nice save, Butler. You almost heard it pretty bad. I see. Even though her confession didn't go well, You see, it looks like she still hasn't given up. But still, I get it. After seeing how close George and Shannon have gotten, I also kind of want to find a girlfriend. 6 years. 6 years of puberty are pretty important, and they went by pretty fast. As the typhoon approached, the clouds grew steadily grayer. But even so, I had this really refreshing feeling. Maybe I'll try thinking more seriously about the opposite sex. More than just the size of their boobs. Please do, Butler, please do. I beg you, Butler. By the way, it looks like George going out with a servant. Don't tell me it's the same for you. What? Why do you think that? Come to think of it, that king can good enough in the Rose Garden. You were covering for him pretty intensely, considering it was just a little awkward at talking. That did happen in episode 1 and I didn't catch it. That's right. I remember now. No, that's not. Whoa. Now you're getting paranoid. Tell me just one thing. Right now, is the boy you're after within 1 kilometer of this spot? Well, about that, I wonder. Kellen was the only boy on this island who could possibly become her boyfriend. It depends. But it's also good, you know? Because Jessica's sprites are awesome. Honestly, I really like them. The Pachinko one are pretty good too, right? Like, a lot of Pachinko sprites are absolutely awful. I did not see the PS3 one, but I did see the Pachinko. Like, compared to everything bad about Pachinko, look at this. She actually looks good. A bit sexualized, right? But like, look at that face. She looks so cute. It's definitely one of the best Pachinko sprites. For sure. Really good. Yeah, some of the Pachinko sprites are decent, right? If you look at the Battler one, right? Where is it? Here, right? The Pachinko one for Battler is like the most horrendous sprite I've ever seen. But like, look at this. This is just lovely. She looks nice. The Rosa also has pretty good sprites. I did see them, yeah. Cannon was the only boy on this island now who could possibly become her boyfriend. The Feng state. Wait, really? Oh, it does! It does! Holy shit! Send me a link to Hideyoshi. I need to see Hideyoshi, please. I want to Google so much about Umineko, and I can't even do that. Because I know I'll get spoiled, like, instantly. So judging by her reaction, I was right on. I didn't think of the Ushirimiya family as a noble family, but love with a servant? I wouldn't have dreamed that 2 pairs of Romeo and Juliet would be right next to me. Oneva would probably become them so-called to George and Shannon's love. If Oneva ever learned that Shannon was a partner of her only beloved son, she'd probably scream at her for trying to steal away her precious George. She did not scream at her. And the relationship between Jessica and Ken would probably be just as full of difficulties. Natsui was also very strict about that kind of thing. After all, Jessica's husband would probably become the head of the Ushirimiya family in the future. Yeah, good point. If that person had once been a servant working for the family, well, things would get complicated. Well, love is different for every person. As long as you're with someone who's fun to be around, does anything else matter? When 2 people pair up, they don't need anyone's permission, as long as they accept each other. Worrying about what your parents or family will say means you've already lost. Don't forget that. Very poetic. You better not go out with someone with mixed feelings. Sure. I can't believe you're saying something so physical, scoundrel, when you haven't even been in love. Don't treat love like a matter of profit and loss. It's about art. That's all I have to say. Okay, no, wait, I just realized. I need to inaugurate the new chart in a pretty nice way, right? And I know how to do that. Alright, when it's just the two of them, here we go. Okay, just the two of them. Okay, come on. I know exactly what I want. On the chart. Okay, and now he's gonna ask. Yeah, this one. This sprite. This sprite is good. I love that sprite. Let me see if there's like another one that's good. No, it's the only one. Never mind. Here we go. I want it. I want it in the chart. I need it. And we're gonna add a little... what should I call it? How do I phrase it? I know. There we go. Maybe? I don't know if that's good. If you have any more, if any of you have ideas to put besides this, I take them. I will take it instantly. Okay, back to it. Back to where we were. Not really love, like a matter of profit and loss. It's about art. That's all I have to say. Well then. See you again.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, Butler. George, Shannon, listen. Good guy, he said another one of those lines. I didn't say anything. Don't make fun of me. Ah, I heard it. See you again. The Aiders are strong against Battler, holy shit. He just wants to be cool. Oh wow, we forgot that the wind was getting stronger and played around on the beach. I grew a lot these past 6 years, and being able to celebrate my youth and meet with all of my cousins was truly refreshing. It was a bit late now, but I realized that I should have gotten back together with everyone a lot sooner. I returned to the Ushirimiya family. It sure is nice to have all the cousins together every once in a while. Ew, I like it too. It's really fun when all the cousins get together. That's right, we're already old enough. It's not like we couldn't meet each other when our parents aren't around. It would not be a bad idea to gather the cousins together and play every once in a while. That's a good plan. Maybe we should set up something like that the next time we get a chance. Yeah, I agree. I hope we cousins can stay friends forever. If you make such a big deal of it, you almost make it sound like relatives who usually end up hating each other. George and Jessica laughed, but it felt just a little strange. Did I say something wrong? Judging by our parents, made quiet expressions and tired faces every once in a while during the boat ride, and at the airport. Maybe I should have kept that to myself. You're right. It's just like Jessica said. Let's always be friends to each other. Hey, me too. We're all friends. That's right. Yeah. We'll always be together. We'll always be friends. George, you are so going to die. You are so going to die first night. He's dying on the first twilight. I bet you. I don't want it to die here, but I bet he's going to die. I know it. Man, we've been saying some pretty embarrassing stuff. I feel kinda awkward. But I think it's very important. People are creatures who find it very hard to stay together, much less remain friends, unless they truly desire it. That's right. We really can't take everyone being friendly for granted. Ooh, I wish I know said it. Happiness won't be granted unless everyone believes in it. Oh, the 9, didn't they die? Those who know. Those who know. Flav, yeah, you weren't here before. Just so you know, this is episode 3, and every episode is essentially a soft reboot, where everyone becomes alive again, and the scenario opens again, but in different ways. So like, it's like a chessboard, right? That's the best way to describe it. It's the chessboard match. And every time they lose, the chessboard gets wiped and they put the pieces back on the board again. Their life is held then. No, I don't think so. Because I think the only guy who actually remembers it and like is made to suffer through this, right? The only guy who is meant to be punished by this is Battler. Everyone else forgets everything, not Battler. Battler remembers everything when he dies. Until then, he is still just like a random guy. Like, Battler is living in hell. That's true. Maybe some magic exists in the power of belief. If we all believe in that, I'm sure it will bring us happiness. Alright. Well, if we're doing embarrassing stuff already, let's all swear to believe in this together, okay? That we'll always be friendly. That we'll always be happy. No, no. You shouldn't say that, Jessica. You shouldn't say that. You should take that back, Jessica. Please, for your sake, take that back, Jessica. I beg you. Like Elle will end up like her parents, as if we never search for her weaknesses, knowing us their grandfather's fortune. This is not good to say. Okay, we'll always be friendly and happy. Let's all believe in that. No matter how much we cousins try to nostalgically have fun, dark clouds continue to approach Rokanjima. I wonder if the typhoon will pass and let us see the clear skies before we leave this island. Who cares about what our parents are planning? Who cares about the inheritance and the honor of our old family? As youthful as we were renewing our old friendship. And we all believed together that we could find happiness. That's why I want this pair of days to end without anything weird happening. In peace and happiness. Okay, that's worth keeping. And call me. Okay. Yeah, that's worth keeping. Resize to 80. I know exactly what to put in. Give me a second. I'm gonna fetch it right now. Wait, give me a second, I fucked up. Here we go. Here we go. What? Here we go. I think this is perfect to add. This is a perfect addition. Alright, back to it. Back to it. No, I don't just want them to end. Please let them end. Glueless. Let them end. Same thing as I. Holy shit, Beatrice and I are on the same wavelength. Yeah. Oh my god, true. True. Holy shit. Damn it. Don't show up, don't appear. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Sorry to keep you waiting. I finally prepared a new game. Come, let us begin this tale of tragedy. Come to me, winds, rain, typhoon. It's Beatrice Umineko. Holy shit. They're silent enough from the real world. Forward Kanjima into another realm. Into the spirit world. Into a world of fantasy. What the fuck is happening? Oh. And so, the tale repeated for the third time. However, to an endless switch, what did it matter whether it was the first, second, or third time? It probably didn't matter at all. After all, this was a tale of fantasy, endlessly repeating until the match was settled. Would Battler surrender first, or would the witch? Okay, but realistically, right? With those win conditions, Battler is essentially guaranteed to win. If he keeps holding on and has like perfect determination, right? Battler is guaranteed to win. Because like, if he wins once, he wins everything. Meanwhile, Beatrice can win as much as she wants. It won't be a 100% win, ever. Unless Battler gives up for some reason, Beatrice is destined to lose this one. All he has to do is find the goal. And suddenly, she loses. Then the sky grew dark and cloudy, and the rain and wind were summoned together and became a typhoon. Maria could be seen in the rose garden, paying no mind to the rain that had started falling. Going around in circles, searching for that single rose that should have been marked. Wait, is this the same layout as episode 1? What? Not here, not here! My rose! That we marked isn't here! Maria definitely remembered it. That rose had been in the flower bed right there. And yet, it wasn't anymore. He didn't know what to do with irritation at not being able to find something that should have been there. And, moaning bitterly, he couldn't help but keep going back and forth in circles around the same spot. He was acting almost as though she'd be able to see it if she looked at a different angle. But even though she did that, there was no way to find something that wasn't there. Does she find it in this loop? The wind grew increasingly strong, and the rain turned into cold, large drop. Wilted rose emoji. Yeah, exactly. This is worth a wilted rose emoji. There was no way even Maya would fail to notice this. However, if he couldn't find a rose here, it would surely disappear forever. Maria believed that. That feeling spurred her on to keep searching for a rose that she had no chance of finding. Just then, the cold drops of rain surrounding Maria were suddenly blocked. The umbrella! It's the umbrella! Maria raised her head. And she did. She saw an umbrella there, protecting her from the rain. And the one holding out that umbrella was the witch she admired, Beatrice. Beatrice! What are you doing so frantically? In the middle of all this rain? You could catch a cold like this. Even witches have to care for their own health. I can't find my rose. No matter how many times I search, even though it should have been there, I can't find it. I told Beatrice about there had been a slightly unhealthy, beautiful rose, and that she was sure they had marked it. Oh, so you can't find it. If you are a witch's apprentice, you should use magic to search for the rose. I believe that searching with just your eyes won't be nearly enough. I can't find it. I did my best and tried to search with magic, but I can't find it. What? She's an apprentice in this timeline? Okay, that's worth noting down. She's an apprentice in this timeline. She knows how to use magic in this timeline. She never knew how to use magic before. I'm pretty sure of that. Alright, I'm gonna remake my N. It's so hard to write with a mouse. And yeah, so this is going very weird already. This is a massive difference. I think practicing your magic is a very good thing, but it might be a little too much for you, all this wind and rain. Allow me to lend you some of my special power. Concern for one's disciples is also one of a teacher's duties. Thank you! Beatrice! Maya's face, which had been full of sadness until just now, split open into a grin. Maya knew. She knew that there was nothing Beatrice's magic couldn't do, so she was sure that Beatrice would be able to find the rose easily, even though Maya couldn't. Beatrice closed her eyes lightly, acting as though she was listening for something in all this wind and rain. Then she heard it, opened her eyes and spoke. All things in this world are transitory. Too bad, Maria. It seems your rose couldn't withstand all of this wind and rain. Then my rose? It was uprooted by the wind, and is no longer of this world. What Beatrice had said was quite reasonable. There was nothing odd about the flower being broken off the stem in this strong wind. However, Maria couldn't accept this, and bitterly gave a low-pitched moan. No! Yeah, that's not true. I distinctly remember that back when this happened in episode 1, she had started to search for it before the rain picked up. Oh? No, no, no! It's my rose! My rose won't come back, no! I'll bring it back to life with my magic! Beatrice, teach me how to revive a rose with magic! Huh? It's much too early for an apprentice like you to learn the hidden art of endless magic. Know your place! Maya wiped the tears from her eyes, full of regret. Beatrice shrugged her shoulders and chuckled at Maya's pitiable expression. Very well. I will lend you my power. The hidden art that can revive a rose. Really? Indeed. Well then, concentrate the power in your heart. Close your eyes. Forget the rain. Forget the wind. And search for the soul of the wandering rose with the eyes of your heart. This is so bizarre. Ooh. Maya closed her eyes. Then, you repeated Beatrice's song-like words. Try to remember. Rose, what form did you have? Don't look, don't listen, and believe. Release the power of your soul from the cage of flesh that imprisons it. That's it. Good. Around Maria, who was concentrating her power, her eyes tightly shut, small golden butterflies began to dance. Was this a manifestation of the magical power Maria held? Lost souls rose. Gather into one, remember your form. Come, gather, remember. The glitter of the gold butterflies began to strengthen, and their numbers increased. Then, Beatrice raised the finger up to the skies, and they began to gather at the tip of that finger. This was the miracle of the golden magic. The gold butterflies began to condense into a single dazzling grain of gold. It was a single glittering gold seed. It rode on the tip of Beatrice's finger, budded into a golden sprout, and opened into a golden leaf. It then slowly fell from that fingertip, sank into the mud of the flower bed, and began to grow steadily. Hi, Fufu! What's up? We're finding out that Maria can do magic, apparently. Which is new, for sure. Unexpected, for sure. Maya, who admired magic and the witch, really wanted to see this fantastical sight. However, as an apprentice, Maya was still not qualified to see it. No, she was probably afraid that if she opened her eyes to look, the power that she had concentrated in her heart would be cut off, and the magic would be lost. Therefore, Beatrice, as the only one permitted to witness this golden miracle, was the only witch, the sole master of many miracles. This does not add up. She let Rosa see it. In episode 2, she let Rosa see the candy being revived. So like even then, that must have been a trick, even if it really was Beatrice. Because she let Rosa see it. Rosa did not believe in it. And when Beatrice poked it with her finger in just the right way, the gold-colored sparkle scattered, just as if a golden sub-bubble popped. What remained was a single, beautiful rose. It looks like you remembered a blended rose. However, if we just leave it mixed in with the other roses, we won't be able to tell it apart. Shall I perform one last service? Beatrice, for the sake of her cute apprentice who was moaning even more now in concentration, decided to use one more bit of magic. When she snapped her fingers, a single gold butterfly appeared, fluttered around, and landed on the flower that had just been revived. Then it suddenly burst open and disappeared, becoming golden lights and marking the rose. That will do. Maria, you may open your eyes now. Where's the rose? It's not here. Not here. Not over here. Over here. Look, I've marked it with golden lace. Wow, you did? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Bito. Thank you, Bito. I think you're supposed to say Beato, but I like saying Bito. Bito is funny. I want to become a witch, quickly! A great witch like you! And you can. Long ago, I too wished for that innocently, just as you do. And I have attained that level. Naya was ecstatic over the revived rose, clapping her hands and jumping around in joy. Watching that, Beatrice also smiled, looking fairly pleased. What's up with that? Right now, I can break and repair any soul if I try, not just that of a rose, and kill and revive as I please. Come, the bear of the storm has no sealed Rukenjima off from the natural world. Now is the time for the golden witch, Beatrice, to descend as an endless witch. Beatrice pulled from her pocket an envelope with a family crest, the one-winged eagle, and gave it to Maria. Didn't she give a third one? My theory was that she gave two to Maria. my frolics around and being selected to be the witch's messenger. So, Kinzo, I've come to join in on your fun once more. My preparations are already complete. What of you? Have you prepared enough coins to bet in tonight's game? Okay. Of course, I'm fully prepared, Beatrice. I've assembled a plethora of pieces. I'm ready both physically and mentally. So then, let us make the ente. All that you have been given should be returned to you in the end. Come, take it! Kinzo flung the window of his study open wide, took off the valuable golden ring that had been on his finger, and threw it into the darkness of the raging wind and rain. That ring was struck by lightning, and after twinkling gold for an instant, disappeared. Kinzo watched it go, grinning broadly and fiercely. Don't think I'll lose. You are mine, forever. Okay, so this is something I should note down. Okay, I need to note it down. This is like my entire theory for episode 1 was centered around the fact, like one part of it was that she gave Maya 2 letters. One to give at the dinner, and a second one to put in Kinzo's study. Which would explain the whole Discord thing, meant to like make all of them separate and leave the study. Because they were too safe inside the study. So if she gave Maya a single letter, if this is the same starting condition as last time, then this is all wrong. I do not see how that letter appeared in Kinzo's study. That one is oh, fucking things up. For sure, I'll have to think about this again. Maybe she gave Maya a second letter later on. That would explain it, but at what point would she give Maya a second letter? That's a really complicated question that I need to think about. And that I will think about later. Have you considered that there was magic? I have considered it, and my reply is no. It is not. I know. It would be so much easier to assume it was magic. To some degree. But it feels wrong. I don't think any of it is magic. They feel, even in episode 2, right? Even in episode 2, there were enough inconsistencies, or at least consistencies, that makes me think that there must have been a physical way to do it, right? When things are this consistent and then break at the slightest variation, this means the physical world impacts the magical world. Which makes no sense. It does not fit with like all the magic that is shown. To me, everything, or at least everything that Battler sees, is physical. Besides like at the end of episode 2 where like the ritual completed. But like until then she does not have her powers. I Reverm! Hi! Welcome everyone, thank you for the raid! Add CR7 to the Fury board, who's that? I guess that's the Fury board. Add Oku, that's a lot of characters to add. That's a lot. Also a lot of spoilers, by the way. A lot of spoilers. Okay, I'll draw which characters. Okay. I have no idea who CR7 is, so I can't add them. Kugasa, alright? Kugasa, let's do Kugasa. With the... Here we go. I think it's like purple. With a giant tongue. And weird eyes, right? And that's her umbrella, right? And she holds it. That's it, alright, that's Kogasa. Here we go. Blue hair, you're right, I forgot the blue hair. Okay, next. Ronaldo, bro. I have no idea what that is. Benches, assemble! Alright, Kogasa is done. Remember that's not to lore knowledge whatsoever. What a fake fan. Real! Okay, Oku to the fear board. Alright, let's do Oku. So she has... wait, I forgot to finish with the legs. And wait, I need to add her tongue, right? Because like she's... Here we go. Alright, Oku. Time for Oku. We start with the boot. The elephant foot, right? And it's glowing green because like a radiation, right? There you go. Glowing green. Okay. And then the leg. The other leg, right? And this one I think is normal. Okay? It's called Aura, bro. Absolute cinema, thank you. Okay. The, thank you for the compliment. Alright. What does she look like? This is only from memory. I am not looking up any reference. Okay? Let's make it clear. Alright? So, she has wings on her back, but first, the arm, right, there's gonna be some sort of cannon. I think. That shoots yellow balls. Something like that, right? And then there's another arm which does nothing. Then she has... oh, fuck. She has green clothes, right? Here we go. Okay. I think she has green hair too. I'm putting eyes that look in different direction because she's dumb, right? Alright. I think she has green hair. No, she has black hair. I don't know, I don't remember. Wait. What hair did she have? I'm not hiding either. Yo, can I commission you? No, sorry, I don't do commissions. Oh, chest size, true. Here we go, chest size. Why is it not modifying? Please. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. And then we add the radiation symbol, which is like... I don't fucking know. Something like this, I guess. Fuck. Here we go. That's Oku, right? 2 hijack and the Umineko. Favorable. Oh, brown hair. Right. Thank you. It's important. It's important to like get the correct hair color. Okay. Okay. So, Sono Fumo. There's the It starts with like dress, then feet, right? Then there's head. Okay, that's Sono. That's Sono, right? That's Sono, right? I gotta say, every time... No, I'm not doing that. Is the Mercedes-Benz logo? I don't know. I gotta say, every time I play TTRPGs, right? Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, and every time I have to draw something manually, my players are scared because my drawing talent is on par with the gods. I am just too good at drawing. Okay, so two-way jack. Here we go. Let me redo that one. Sorry, give me a second. Here we go. I'm just gonna lower it so it's not like going to be a major, you know, it's a two-way jack, it's gonna be the corner. Here we go. Bro, spoilers, there's so many spoilers there. Except for the part that, like, you know, Jessica, second best character. I need to show it. We love Jessica on this stream. Let's be clear about this. This is the Jessica stream. Let's not go that far, Tenshi. Please draw my Tenshi. Tenshi, I don't remember what Tenshi looks like. Okay, now Jessica is also a true fan. Yeah. Okay, now you guys don't know, but she is. Wait. Jessica is also a true fan. Look at this, right? Look at this. This is official. Right there. This is official. This is in the game. And she sings to Rupetan. Does it? The fact that it is actually in the game has killed me. Can you believe this? It was removed from the PS3 version. Her Fang is key. Yeah, speaking of Fang, I made a graph, right there. Of all the Fangs I've identified, the only characters that I'm missing is Natsui, Hiri, and Genji, and Kumasawa. It is very important to define which characters are Fangs, because they are automatically the best characters in Umineko. I don't remember how Tenshi looks. She's like one of the most boring characters. Played Isu Rev? I didn't. What are you talking about? I didn't. Okay. Here's Tenshi. Alright, what I remember from Tenshi is that she has a hat. Right, blue hat. Here we go. No, wrong color. I said wrong color. Thank you. Right, she has a hat, right, and it's blue. And on that are Evan's magical pitches, which gives her really strong strength and the ability to manipulate rocks. She also likes to listen to classical rock music. She hates it, but she does it to bait middle-aged men into giving her money. If you have the reference, I love you, by the way. Okay, and there we go. that she ate is peak. I agree. Wait, give me a second to find the video. Okay, wait. I need to show an excerpt. I need to show an excerpt. I need to. It's very important. It's very important that I show you guys this. Oh, shut up. Shut up. You can't see. Wait, you can't hear it. Wait, this is bad. Give me a second. It is Tenchi Nanawi from the 2 projects. Yeah, here we go. Okay, listen to this.
Hee, I'm Tenchi Hinanawi from the Tuhu Project. According to the Tuhu Wiki, I'm remarkably strong because of the peaches I ate in heaven, which have magical properties. So no one can beat me in a fight unless they too eat the peaches from heaven. Anyway, today I'm going to be reacting to classic rock so I can get video views from middle-aged men. Okay, so this album was requested by user Simp for Tenchi Hinane from Tuhu Project, who says,
I am a musician, and I would love to hear your reaction to the album Asia by Steely Dan.
Okay, let's get started. Wow, this song is so good. Oh my goodness, I wish I could hang out with more middle-aged men so they could play music like this for me. Someone is asking what's the best part of this song. I'd say it's the guitar. Oh, this next song is even better. Wow, middle-aged men really do know the best music, and that's so much better than today's simplistic crud that's all done on computers. I love this music from back when people could actually play their instruments.
Love
okay, thanks for watching.
I'm Tenchi Nanawi, Sim.
What was that album called? Asia by Steely Dan? That's the worst album I've ever heard.
Okay.
I can't believe I had to pretend to like that garbage just to get millions of
Tony
views on a video.
I love the guy.
Men.
I love Tony Zara.
It'll all be worth it tomorrow when my ad revenue comes in. Okay, time to check the ad revenue on my video.
Salut, c'est Franck Leboeuf.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Fucking hell. You won't find out the revenue from the video. It's over. If you want to see it, here you go. Here's the link. I love this guy. I love Tony Zara. It's so peak. It's so peak. I think I installed Adblock, but it got removed. Also, look at this. Liberals ruined my favorite anime. It's Tony Zara. I love this guy. Give me a second. There's a thumbnail of his that is like peak comedy. Give me a second to get it. Look at this. Would you eat the brown chips or the woke vegetables? Yeah, it's that guy. Someone paid him to do a video on Tenchi Inanawi. He's so good. He's so fucking good. I love the guy. Alright, let's move on. Let's go back to our good old Umineko. Oh my god. I like French girls. I don't know why I would dislike French girls. Anyways, this gave me the knowledge that her hair is also blue, so I think I'm gonna add that. Here you go. Make you this. I'm not disappointed. I would never be disappointed. Anyways, here we go. Here is our shot. Also, this line. I put the clueless emoji right there, and then seconds later, he gets mocked for having spotted that line instantly. And she's just slightly less blue than Cerno. Indeed, slightly less. I think you can tell which character is which character, right? This is the power of 2 character design. You can just tell who is who here. Okay, let's move on. What is the blue Roblox avatar? It's Cerno Fumo. You should get the Tenchi sticker. Anyways. The link that Kinzo had thrown. Again, this is episode 3 of, what's the word? Episode 3 of Umineko. The spoilers are massive here. Although it is a start, so the spoilers aren't that massive. Like in a few hours, in the next 10 hours, oh boy, you will be spoiled. Until then, there's nothing. Like, the start of every episode is essentially a nothing burger. I might leave then. Bye, Tenshi, thank you for passing by. You should read Umineko, it's peak. It really is peak. He did it for the Rose Garden, almost as though it was being guided there. He then found the figure of the Golden Witch and floated down. When he came down right in front of Beatrice, it burst open and returned to its original form, flying through the air. You will love Umineko. It's so good. I don't like VNs normally, but this is peak. The way it was going, you would have expected it to fall into a puddle, but it stopped suddenly, in midair. Almost as if some transparent person had caught it. Oh shit, that's viewers. I need that. I need that right now. Wait. Shit, I clicked the wrong button. God damn it. Almost as if some transparent person had caught it. Apparently, even Beatrice hadn't expected this. What? I she realized. What? No, who it was. And grinned broadly at it. Who the fuck is this guy? Who is this? Who the fuck is this guy? This is the first time I ever see him. What the fuck? He did. The shadow of the person who had caught the ring began to fuzzily appear. He looks cool. He does look very cool. Don't get me wrong. But the figure of a young man wearing a butler's uniform and bordered with the one-winged eagle crest. There was no man like this among the servants of the Yushirimiya family. Yeah, no shit. Even so, Beatrice laughed as though it was someone she remembered fondly. Renovated it? It's been quite some time. It seems you have remembered me. You were always a man who took loyalty seriously. Well, it's been quite some time since your last correspondence. Not for a single day have I, Runobe, forgotten that I served you, milady. I was more afraid that you had forgotten about me. Good Nove, bro Nove. Is he that famous? What the fuck? Who is this guy? This episode 3 is full of fucking twists. After all, you can be quite forgetful. Cackle. I see, yes. I certainly am forgetful. He's a redditor. Kill him. Yeah, please. I'd forgotten about your sarcasm till I heard it again. Milady, take this. An exaggerated yet elegant gesture. He bowed respectfully. And held out to Beatrice the Ed's ring that he just caught. It is the Yushirimiya family's Ed rings, returned to you from Yushirimiya Kenza. It is now once again in the possession of its master. At this point I might as well add Subway Surfer. I should add that, yeah, on screen. This shit boring, bro. I'm not a fan of Subway Surfer, I'm more a fan of subcutting ASMR. We need that. Indeed. This is Kinzo announcing the start of the game. Of course I'll accept it. So, what shall we play tonight? Shall I prepare the roulette immediately? Or shall I prepare some black tea first? I don't decide which, but first. I need you to greet someone. I'm sure that guy's got his mouth hanging open and can't shut it. Right, butler? What? Greetings! Allow me to introduce myself. I am called Renove, and I serve at the side of Milady Beatrice. It is truly a pleasure to meet you. See? His mouth's hanging open and he can't shut it, right? Cackle, cackle. Yeah, no shit. Another incomprehensible guy just showed up. Check tips. Oh, right. I thought he didn't get introduced yet. Okay. One of the 72 great demons works for a master in exchange for various forms of compensation. It currently has a contract with Beatrice as a butler, head furniture. Like Genji, okay. He's become proficient at housekeeping after serving in many households, so his ability as a butler is very high. In the high society of witches, employing him has become kind of a status symbol. Furthermore, the cookies he bakes are superb, and witches will often form a line demanding them. Good to know. He must possess tremendous magical power, but insists he always stays out of the spotlight to further boost his master's reputation. His compatibilities are unknown. I see. So the only reason why he's famous is because he makes good cookies. This is important to know. But she only likes black tea and ice cream. After serving many assholes. He works for witches. So like this is pretty accurate. First I grumble about goat-headed people doing the bomb dance. But then goat-heads showing up in swarms. And since then, not only have those 7 Nissans appeared, but now there's even a butler. It doesn't make sense. Cut it out! By the way, butler, did you not notice? Did you realize that meeting him is a true devil's proof? A devil's proof? What do you mean? It may not look like it, but this guy is one of the 72. A genuine demon. In other words, I've brought a demon right in front of you, which surely proves that they exist. Cackle, 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 cackle. A Renove holds a noble rank in hell, the 27th highest ranked great demon. He's a pretty useful man. I summoned him at high cost and made him serve me. It is an honor to meet you. Well, my name is amongst those of the nobles of hell. I now serve as the head furniture of Beatrice Sama, who, despite being a vulgar human, is a great witch of such caliber that demons flee before her. Cackle, 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 cackle. He's a very useful man, but he's impudent with his words. Frustratingly enough, he sometimes forgets to respect his master. Nothing in the contract specifies the manner in which I am to speak. Would you like to change that contract? It keeps me entertained, so it's fine. Cackle, cackle. I'm a sucker for fangs. The fangs are great. You know which character is good depending on the fangs. Beatrice turned her back to him, cackling. After bowing once to her back, Renove turned back to Battler, stuck out his right hand, throwing off an innocent smile. No, only. This would mean that he was asking for a handshake. What is this supposed to be? I am another one who has been subjected to Milady's whims. In that sense, I am sure we could become good friends. This is the handshake of friendship. Of course, this in no way implies your entry into a contract with a demon. So fear not. It's alright, but I'm right in the middle of a big fight of you, master. We shake hands with an enemy after beating each other up in a rainy schoolyard and all worn out. I could see something in a teen drama. Amazing. Remember that? I see. To shake hands with you, Battler-sama, I must create a fitting atmosphere in a suitable location, exchanging sweet words and physical language with you that rings true to your heart. When the opportunity arrives, I'll try to arrange for such an encounter. Okay, I like this guy. You know what? I like this guy. Yeah, okay. I'm convinced. I like him. I must say, I simply love situations like that myself. They all have weird ways to laugh. As Ronave laughed tauntingly, he whispered to Battler, bringing his face so close that their noses were almost touching. Battler, his face turning red after getting so close to another of the same sex, pushed him away. You're afraid of being gay, Battler? Yeah, you're a creepy bastard. See, just right for Beatles, Battler. It isn't enough to receive such words of praise. Very confident in my key brewing abilities. So please, look forward to tea time. Baking cookies is also one of my hobbies. So please, feel free to request any snacks you may desire. What I expect from a pair of the same gender. You started getting along well right after that. I'm jealous. My. I apologize for making you jealous, my lady. I shall not sneakily snatch your guest away from you. Well then, I will leave you for now to retake my post at that furniture and greet my subordinates. Please forgive my short absence. Indeed. Only the common goats and the seven sisters using the ceremony have manifested themselves. You will be able to finish greeting them in no time. Oh! Those lively seven sisters are here! I wonder if those naughty girls have grown a little more graceful. If that's graceful, I'll have you to doubt the definition of the word graceful. Said in red. He's gonna say it in red. I bet you he's gonna say it in red. Is that so? I suppose you've already had the opportunity to play with the sisters. Well, that would happen if you cut Beatrice's cheeks and gave her a peck. You would be killed on the spot. But it would be funny. Judging by your expression, it would seem they're just as naughty as always. Even though I am always telling them to act more fitting as servants of Beatrice-sama. What troublesome kids. If that's your problem, don't worry. They actually act perfectly fitting for the master. Cackle, cackle, cackle. Even you began to say it! However, a conversation means that you accept your partner. The fact that you've started to respond to my idle chatting proves that you are gradually starting to accept my existence. That's because, even as the stars start rising from the west, I will definitely never accept you're a witch. But how? I can't believe that you don't think she's a witch. I think she has no hold on the physical world and that she is not a witch in the physical world. But he is in purgatory. Like at this point, you have to accept that you're literally in heaven. She can be the fucking god of heaven for all I care, as long as she has no actual, you know, consequences on the real world. I don't think she counts as a witch. You might want to try a more positive approach, like crying and kissing my shoes. Even if Battler was laughing, he still spoke forcefully, a fearful expression on his face. The witch and the Battler snickered together, realizing that their guest had regained more than enough of his willpower to attend to a new game, and that preparations were complete. After Ronave exchanged a few words with Beatrice, he bowed silently to Battler, scattered into several gold butterflies, and disappeared. Cackle, cackle. It is surely pleasing to have such a boulderous atmosphere. How boring were the days when I was trapped alone on this island, unable to regain my power, and lacking anyone to talk to. Yellow, that unpleasant guy is really fitting as your butler. What do you mean unpleasant? He seems cool. I'll be his bro. But tell me, why is that butler only appeared now? He said something about only his ghosts, and the Nishans of 7 stakes had manifested themselves. What did that mean? Indeed. You still resist, but I am a fully fledged witch. I am in contact with several non-human entities in the spirit world. I'll bet the same people would hang out with you. But some good monsters, then those ass Nishans, and this time a demon butler showed up. Hey, to think about it, But the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if even more people, weird people, showed up. Amongst the furniture that work in my Grain Golden Mansion, how many demons do you think want to come over and play? They will keep coming. Many of them will appear. When the door to the Golden End is open, we'll call back all my furniture and build my new castle here, on Rokonjima. Then I plan to invite all my old friends, and we'll drink and dance together for 3 days and 3 nights. This is a plot of immaterial and missing power, by the way. That Suika is gonna come up and like reset everyone's memory, and we're gonna do this again. And again, and again, for a month. And then Beatrice is gonna realize it's Suika and gonna try and fight her, but Suika is just like way too powerful. Or I'd be drinking. Who would win in a fight, actually? Would it be Suika? Suika versus Beatrice, who wins? I think Suika would. I might go sleep now, tired again. Bye bye, Slav! I think Suika would. Like, she can manipulate density and create like 1 billion. Yeah, it's a drunk on it. She can create 1 billion copies of herself. If it was like Beatrice did not have her servants, and it was just Beatrice versus Suika, I would bet on Suika. I'm pretty sure Suika would win. Yeah, considering she's one of the strongest characters in true lore, this would make sense too. Of course, I also plan to invite Kinzo's family. You see? You too, if you wish. Kako. So, is this what you mean? That since you lost your power for a long time, you couldn't summon them? And then, since your magic power has been gradually increasing, you become able to summon more and more monsters. It is as you say. You stopped the Earth's breath from coming, but your heart is already wavering. And you are unable to deny that I am a witch. That wavering in your heart has slowly been restoring my power as a witch. So, are you trying to say that creepy butler appeared because I started to surrender? That's right! Bit by bit, you are surrendering to me! Isn't all that humiliation you suffered in the last game a result of you submitting to me so deeply? Wasn't it great when you had to sacrifice your back for the sake of my feet? Look at those fangs, goddamn. He has 2 fangs, 3. Damn it. I thought I'd be able to keep things as we were as long as I didn't accept you. But it looks like that was wrong. Correct? The closer you get to surrendering, the more the game will swing in my favor. Isn't chess the same? In the process of cornering each other's kings, we trade several pieces. Of course, I still haven't cornered your king. And furthermore, you're giving it everything you've got just to help your king escape. You have lost several pieces to me, as well as a large advantage. It is only natural that further developments will tend to turn in my favor. He needs to fight back. Damn. Why are you pointing off screen? What are you pointing at? Battler. What are you pointing at? From now on, you will probably be frantic as you try to avoid my checkmate. However, as you do, I will steal your pieces from you, one by one. In the end, you've lost everything but your king, and you won't be able to escape no matter how much you try. Then you will receive a true checkmate. What's wrong, Polopo? You were talking big last time, weren't you? Something about how you'd never accept me and would torment me with eternal torture. Only witches who have reached this level can talk about eternity. That's been beyond you ever since the very beginning. Oh, he's pointing at me. Yeah. Fair enough. Cackle, cackle, cackle. This is peak. I love Umineko. With how much space there is here. The huge amount of space on this side makes me think we'll meet more and more characters as the series goes on. And I know there's already one character, right? There's this character here that I've heard of before, but I've never seen. Okay, anyway, she's just reading the end of the epitaph. Wait. Okay. When Maria had finished reading the letter that Beatrice had ended her, everyone was at a loss for words for a while. And then, we all broke the silence at once. Ridiculous! Oh no! 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 Not like this! Why? No! Not Natsui? No! Alright, only Kiri, Genji, and Kumasawa. I can't believe it would go like this. Ridiculous! What a worthless, vicious prank! Seriously, there's no way Father gave up the edge ring. Beatrice? What a transparent prank, hoping to confuse just by bringing up that name. Hey, who filled this dessert up with a little too much punch? I wanna applaud and praise you, so come clean, okay? Rosa? Of course not! I wouldn't pull a prank by assuming Father's name. Aniki? Aniki? Me? Oh, you an idiot? That was Nissan, right? Only he could plan something this vulgar. Are you trying to mock me? The seagulls are yelling. So far, the seagulls are loudly yelling. Give me a second. I think now is the time where we get to see a lot of people. Let me check. Yeah, okay. This is weird. He showed a fang before, right? I know that Eva showed a fang because I noted it down. So when did that happen? Because this is not present here. I hope I didn't fuck up my fang shot. That would make me mad. That would be sad. No, the seagulls haven't cried yet, Maru. The seagulls are gonna cry. When the seagull cries, it will all be over. Right? But for now, they have not cried yet. I'm the one who wants to question you. Who is behind this ill-natured prank? Cross beat the table and stared at everyone. Since that included the children too. He scared most of them. A letter from a mysterious person who claims to have been given full rights to Father's assets. Considering that the whole point of this family conference is a discussion of that subject, I think it's too hasty to call this a mere prank. But we can't be sure. Maybe it really is one of my father's shady pranks. He might have planned this to shock us a bit, since we've been discussing the distribution of his inheritance without him. Dad was the one who planned this. Then we can't take what Maria just read aloud as a joke, right? That's right. If you interpret the contents literally, And this is a test from Father. The epitaph of the witch had been displayed in the hall for quite some time now, so that any one of us could solve it. There was plenty of notice. Means he was saying that the first person to solve it would be handed his inheritance, along with all of his wealth, right? See? The magic granted your wish. Lambda Delta barging in. Nothing so foolish could possibly be the case. It is an unshakable fact that my husband is the successor to you during my family headship. Well, doesn't this later check that? This is the message from the person who was given full rights to all of Father's wealth. He stands right to become the heir, as returned to a blank state. The person who solves the riddle. The person who finds Beatrice's gold will become the next head of the Ushirmiya family. Ridiculous. Do you think we can trust the meaningless words of that letter? That the seal was a rated thing? There's no way we could trust that. Then let's try to go and ask Father directly. At this point, you can't get away with saying he's grumpy or feeling bad, right? The sealed wax clearly shows this is word from Father's representative. If you doubt that, then show some proof, Nissan, so that this letter does not contain Father's will. Very well. It is just as you say. It no longer matters whether Father's in a good mood or not. Let us go up and ask him directly. Let's do it. We'll ask Dad directly. That is that, so why would he act in such a roundabout way? Then again, I guess that would be like him. I wonder if we should really continue this discussion on the assumption that this letter came from Father. Look at Rosa! Isn't it obviously from Father? That letter is Father's! Isn't it obvious that he's giving the four of us an even chance to become the successor? Die, you brainless idiot! Rosa really is dumb. If only she'd just give up and die. I'm sorry. That's right. I'm sorry. In the beginning, the adults had all doubted the credibility of the letter. But after realizing that this was once in a lifetime chance, an inheritance struggle for the three younger siblings, Eva changed her position, claiming that the letter was authentic. Completely different from last time, yeah. Rudolph and Rosa caught on and agreed. Outrageous! Can adults like you take such a worthless prank this seriously? I don't need to be Father to understand this contempt. Whoa! Natsui, all we've gotta do is ask Father and we're done, right? Won't everything be fine if Father just tells us that he doesn't know about any letter? Nissan, take responsibility and just get him to say that he doesn't know about the letter. This is no time to get scared just because he's in a bad mood, okay? He's still scared of Father at this age. That idiot! If only just give up and die. Yeah, let's get this settled clearly. He's probably eating in his study right now. Let's have him set down his chopsticks for just a moment. It's decided. Let's go. Yuri, wait here for a while. We'll go to check whether it's true or not and come back quickly. Thank you. I'll wait patiently for Goda to bring in desserts. The poor siblings, Natsui, Hideyoshi, all rose from their seats forcefully and flew out into the hallway with a clatter. Afterwards, only the children stuck completely speechless. Ninja would look uncomfortable. No shit, Ninja would be uncomfortable. And Kiri, who just shrugged, were left. In the middle of all of this was Maya, who looked a little scared at the adult's sudden change. However, judging from her appearance, she didn't look like she realized the full meaning of what she just read. What in the world was all that about? I don't get it. That old bastard. Do they really want the inheritance that much? Everyone, this is our parents' problem. It has nothing to do with us. So you mustn't worry about it. Even if you say that, they were so blatant about it. Don't believe them. They're not agreed like that. Ooh, everyone wants to believe together that we'll be happy. Ooh.
そうだね
That's right.
僕たちは
We all did promise. Come on, Butler, Jessica.
ジェシカちゃんも
I feel horrible. We couldn't accept it at all, but we dead down our arms for the time being. Is Carrie gonna barge in? We'd been vaguely aware of how filthy this family conference was going to be. However, after that 6-year blank, I couldn't help but being shocked when he saw that the children were completely dejected. Dr. Nandro cleared his throat uncomfortably. It's an adult matter. It has nothing to do with all of you young people. Let us forget about it. I would if I could. I know it's hard, but forget it for now. Love your parents, stop fighting frantically to make your futures just a little brighter. Please, don't look at your injured parents with these cold eyes when they come back. No matter how much you ask us, Kiri,
それは難しい
that will be tough. We could be happy with an explanation like that. We wouldn't be kids. Everyone be happy. Don't get dark. Believe. Everyone doesn't believe we can be happy. That happiness will get away. Everyone has to believe. I like the sound of that.
私も信じるわ
I'll believe that.
私たちは幸
I
せ
believe we
になれ
can
る
find happiness. Gary, thank you. Butler and Jessica, you believe too. Beatrice is also always saying magic won't have any power if you don't believe. He rose from her seat quietly, went over to Maya, and crouched down so that their eyes met. Gary believes. Now Butler and Jessica have to believe.
二人とも強い
Just you are strong.
すぐに元気
They'll
に
feel
な
better
って
soon, and
そう
then
して
they'll
くれ
believe.
るわよ
Yeah.
それより
More importantly,
教えて
I
ほ
want
し
you
い
to
の
tell me something. When Kiri said that, Jessica, George, Dr. Nenjo, and I all listened closely. It looked like our parents were so concerned with the inheritance problem that grandfather filled their minds. But we wanted to ask Maria about something simpler. What?
マリアちゃん
Who
に
gave you that
そ
letter?
の手紙を渡したの
We're back to episode 1. Beatrice!
肖像
The
画に
witch drawn in that portrait?
魔女
She gave me this letter and an umbrella! And she used magic to fix my rose that was broken! That is new. Beatrice is an awesome witch who can do anything!
詳しく
Can you
聞か
tell
せ
us
てく
about
れ
that
た
in a
し
bit more detail? Okay. Not much time. Not much time this chapter. I'm noticing it's 2 hours and the chapter ended and I'm feeling a bit low. So I might stop here. I might stop here. This new edition is pretty cool. I do like Renove. Here we go. Got it. Yeah, it was 8 days. I didn't play it for 8 days. God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here for tonight. Great additions, by the way, on there. Great additions. I'm pretty glad about this. Yeah, but the major differences all around, which I think is because Battler is starting to believe. I think that's why. Battler is starting to believe to some degree, and I hope he won't give up. I really hope he won't. I beg that he won't. Please, Battler, don't give up. But yeah, thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming. I'll be stopping for now. Bye-bye, everyone. There we go.